Let's talk about our upcoming book about commercial real estate. We call it tentatively Pitfalls and Profits with Regina. Basically, this is an interview-based book. It's an educational-based resource along with a full life cycle exploration of the commercial real estate side of the real estate market, real estate investing, or for use in our business. It is also a sales credibility-based book, so it's an expert book, meaning that it's in the same vein as Selling the Home with Regina, the beer book with Ricky, and the Decade in Daylight that I put together for my business that demonstrated the sales success. One of the main tenets in sales and selling is credibility. If you don't have credibility, you basically lose the sale right away, because what happens is somebody's not going to buy from somebody that they have questions about. So it's the whole, do you trust a doctor in a t-shirt kind of thing? If the doctor is out of uniform, they're going to be losing credibility just by the way that the culture seems to work or have evolved. In this case, it's one of those deals that if somebody in sales steps out of the credibility process, it's very hard to get away from that negative perception. By using a book, for example, to boost your credibility and to explain what's going on, you've got a much better chance of explaining yourself, maintaining your credibility, and growing your credibility so that you can explore larger sales. Because as a subject matter expert, you're more valuable to the person who's trying to do business with you. So that's the introduction and inspiration for this commercial real estate book. The core summary of the book is that we're going to go over the basic process from start to finish. The determination of our needs, the exploration of our options, going through the different pieces and parts of what we're looking for, exploring the pricing, exploring our budgets, making sure that we have a firm idea of what we're looking for before we get too far down the process, then going into the process of looking for things to look for, dangers, that kind of stuff like that. There's dangers with certain kinds of buildings. If you're moving into a building that used to be a dry cleaners in themselves are not bad, but the dust that comes off the dry cleaning process is one of those things that the dry cleaning dust gets into the machinery in the building and creates basically kindling for fires. So a building that has had a dry cleaner in it is going to have a higher incidence of fire because of the dust from the clothes. Makes it much easier for the fire to catch. By the same token, a place that sold tires is going to have a difficult value. Same with a gas station. So if you've got a gas station or toxic tanks under the ground, tires have a tendency to seep chemicals into the building. If you've got underground tanks from a gas station, that becomes a liability issue for leaks and spillage, EPA kind of stuff. We want to go over the pitfalls for somebody who's been in business but is in the process of perhaps buying their first, maybe second location, and there's still some things to keep in mind. The standout themes and messages for the book is it's a credibility book. It's a sales credibility book where we're making an expert status. As I have written a book on XYZ, I am ergo the expert. The purpose of the book for a buyer is to help our buyer of commercial real estate understand the process better so that we can actually avoid the pitfalls and profit. Get it? The author process and unique elements for the book is that this is another collaborative work where we're doing an interview to form a book. The expertise is not mine. The expertise is coming from Regina in this case. And as we're having the conversation about real estate, we are imparting Regina's knowledge to our readers. A little bit of a unique perspective. Scary off under the sun. It's probably been done before. We're doing it a little different. Personal take and recommendation for the book is that this is a expert book. This is a book that is vital to someone who is a top percent salesperson. The goal for these books in general is we have a salesperson who makes $200,000 a year. Our goal with these books is to boost the sales for that person of 50%. When we are explaining the value proposition of the book, you have 200,000 coming in. By boosting our credibility and sales by 50%, that boosted sales by 50% adds $100,000 to our bottom line. From our perspective as the author and the interviewer, this is a compensated position, and the book is produced as a credibility booster for our customer. As far as the take and recommendation for readers, it will be very useful for someone who is interested in commercial real estate to read the book. It is even more useful for someone in the area who is interested in the book. So if you are in the process of purchasing commercial real estate around where Regina has set up shop, it's a good idea to check out the book, because then you have somebody immediately available to talk to about getting your commercial real estate. As far as a recommendation, this is a fairly limited set. It's a custom-made work, more designed for a handout than it is for a let's run out and everybody buy it kind of thing, because it is an expert sales book and we're having a conversation effectively with Regina through the book. You enjoy, have a great day.